There's been another payback gangland killing in Melbourne.
It's clear the man has been ambushed and executed.
2 men wearing balaclavas. There was some sort of confrontation inside. There were shots fired.
At the height of Melbourne's gangland war, Victoria Police found itself a secret weapon. A desperate measure for desperate times. The revelation that lawyer Nicola Gobbo had been registered as a police informant caused shockwaves.
The breach of her obligations as a lawyer was inexcusable. Her behaviour in concert with Victoria Police undermined the administration of justice.
The revelation sparked a royal commission, which found that the convictions of guilt of over 1,000 people may have been affected by what the commission described as Nicola Gobbo's duplicitous and improper conduct.
The government is committed to rebuilding the community's confidence in a fair and robust justice system that we all can trust.
Thanks, Deputy Speaker. In accordance with...
In response to the Royal Commission, the Victorian government has now unveiled a controversial bill, the first of its kind in Australia, which gives police discretion to register lawyers to inform on their clients.
The bill actually fits perfectly with the recommendations.
We're guaranteed to see a repeat of the Lawyer X scandal if this legislation passes.
It would be such a shame if Victoria led the way in relation to a reduction of confidence of the public in the law.
Former New Zealand Judge Sir David Carruthers was appointed by the Victorian Government to review its progress in implementing the recommendations made by the Lawyer X Royal Commission. Those recommendations included creating a framework for registering informants who may have privileged information, like lawyers.
There might be very rare circumstances where that still might be valuable and necessary, and still might be useful provided there are sufficient safeguards and protections around it.
The new legislation lays out the strict conditions under which police can register someone to obtain privileged information, including lawyers, journalists and doctors. The Chief Commissioner of Victoria Police has to be satisfied that there is a serious threat to national security, the community or the life and welfare of any person, and that the information they're expected to provide cannot be obtained through any other reasonable means. Former Judge Stephen Charles has major concerns regarding the power given to police under the legislation.
The police have been mishandling affairs of criminal justice in this state for a long time.
The bill now also faces strong political opposition.
If you're a lawyer and your client says, I'm going to bring a bomb to the MCG on Saturday, you have got not just the opportunity but a right and an obligation to share that with police, and that's allowed under current law. So this bill doesn't protect the public anymore. It simply provides police with powers which they have used and abused in the past, and the High Court has said was reprehensible.
I think it's being pushed at the instigation of Victoria Police. They're finding it difficult to get the convictions they want. If the police want it, they get it under this government.
Victoria Police declined 730's requests for an interview, saying proposed laws are a matter for government.
It undermines public confidence in our justice system.
The Law Institute of Victoria was part of a working group advising the government on the bill. They say under no circumstance should a lawyer inform on their client.
What I'm hearing from my colleagues around Australia is complete surprise that as a result of the Nicola Gobbo situation, which they're very well aware of, we're now in a situation where we're potentially facilitating a repeat.
I think all the processes make it pretty certain, as best human beings can do, that there will be a level of scrutiny in this area in future which should enable that to be avoided.
If this is allowed to go through, then it will really debase the criminal justice system.
Already 2 of Nicola Gobbo's former clients have had convictions overturned, and a further 24 others are pending. Jeremy King is now suing Victoria Police on behalf of one of Nicola Gobbo's former clients, whose conviction was quashed.
Ultimately, the community pays the cost because the taxpayer is funding all of it. And at the end of the day, nobody wins when people cheat in the criminal justice system, and having lawyers inform on their client is cheating in the criminal justice system.
Victoria's Attorney-General, Jacqueline Symes, declined 730's requests for an interview, but in a statement said the registration of lawyers as informants would be rare and subject to multiple stages of independent oversight with regular reporting to Parliament. She said this bill will ensure that what happened with Nicola Gobbo could never happen again. In a fortnight, the bill will come before the upper house, where its passage is by no means guaranteed.
The last set of scandals under Nicola Gobbo brought the whole administration of criminal justice in this state into disrepute and did appalling damage to the reputation of our state's legal system, our state's lawyers and our state's police.
And you think that could happen again?
And if this legislation passes in this form, it will.